And now, revisiting my top 5 favorite games from Sega Genesis. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Deven.
And I'm Heatstroke.
So, Heatstroke, what's this hallway?
This here is Hallway B.
And what does B stand for?
B stands for burn.
So, tell us about this hallway.
Hallway B is where fire superheroes like to hang out in.
Well, you are a fire superhero.
Yes, I am.
Why does this hallway feel like 90 degrees?
That's because fire superheroes like to hang out in hot areas.
Wow, this hallway is hot.
So basically, Hallway B is very dangerous.
You mean it's dangerously hot?
Yes, it is dangerously hot. It's also not a good idea to use the bathrooms in here.
Why is it not a good idea to use the bathroom in this hallway?
The water is boiling hot, and you can scald your hands.
What if someone needs to go take a shower?
Taking a shower in Hallway B is not a good idea.
That makes sense.
So if you're planning on using the bathroom or taking a shower, Hallway B is not a good idea because the water is boiling hot.
Oh yeah, I can see why.
Well, now you know about Hallway B.
Alright, let's get back to business.
Okay, what's today's topic?
Today we're going to revisit my top 5 favorite games from Sega Genesis.
Sega Genesis. I've heard of it.
When I was a young kid, I used to play the Sega Genesis.
I was born June 15th, 2000.
2000 what?
Just 2000. 2000. That's it.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Well, go ahead. Show me what you got.
As you wish. Let's begin. Number 5. A good game to start this countdown is Comix Zone.
Oh, wow. I heard that this was one of the hardest games.
Well, it is one of the hardest games on Sega Genesis.
My husband has talked about this game.
This game was released in 1995.
So, what's the game about?
Allow me to explain.
Go ahead. I'm all ears.
The story of Comix Zone is about a guy named Sketch who was working on a comic book during a storm, but somehow it gets struck by lightning and his comics come to life.
What happened after it got struck by lightning?
After it gets struck by lightning, the comic comes to life and the villain comes out of the comic.
Well, that's pretty strange.
The villain did say he may not kill him in real life, but he'll try to kill him in the comic.
So, what happens after Sketch goes in the comic?
It is up to the player to help Sketch reach to the end of the comic.
How does the player make Sketch Turner reach to the end of the level?
You must do your best to survive the level you are currently in.
Well, that sounds pretty easy enough.
Actually, it's not easy, because when you hit obstacles, you'll take damage.
Oh, well that's pretty bad.
So basically, you just need to be careful on what you do, no matter where you go, and no matter what you hit.
Well, how bad can that be?
The bad thing is, if you don't make it to the final level of the game, the villain turns flesh and bone and he rules the world.
What happens if you do make it to the final level of the game?
If you do make it to the final level of the game, the villain goes back to the comics and tries to stop you from destroying the nuke.
How do you beat the game?
To beat the game and get the best ending, you must defeat the villain as fast as you can. And if you defeat the villain super fast and save your girl, you get the best ending. But if you didn't save the girl, you get the bad ending.
Maybe I should try playing that game.
Number 4.
Oh, look. I know this game.
A good game to play like the Golden Axe trilogy.
You have played this game before?
Yes, I have played this game before. I haven't played it on the Sega Genesis, but I have played it on this game.
Oh wow, I know that game.
This game had 128 Sega Genesis games.
Ooh, that's a lot of games.
But now I have this game.
Oh, look at that. Blackberry Twist has that game too.
And what game system does she have it on?
She has it on the Nintendo Switch.
Well, I have it on the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4.
Do you still play the Golden Axe trilogy on that game?
Yes, I do.
How were those 3 games?
They were pretty challenging, but they were still fun to play.
How hard was it to get to the final level of those 3 games?
They were pretty hard at first, but I managed to make it to the final level of the game when I got the PlayStation 4 version of that game.
I should really play the Sega Genesis collection game with Blackberry Twist so that we can play Golden Axe trilogy together.
Well, I do hope that you have a Nintendo Switch, Heatstroke.
I do have a Nintendo Switch, but it's a yellow light.
And Blackberry Twist's Nintendo Switch Lite is gray.
What other Sega Genesis games do you have?
Time to look at number 3. Number 3. A game so cool but creepy is a game called Decap Attack.
Is there anything creepy about this game?
Depends how you look at it.
I don't see anything creepy about this game.
Well, you do play as a headless creature named Chuck D. Head.
Whoa, what a creepy name.
Well, you do have to put the islands back together and defeat an underworld demon named Max Decap.
Max Decap. Oh my god, that is a creepy name.
I didn't play this game when I got the Sega Genesis console, but I did play Decap Attack on this game.
I would imagine that Decap Attack was pretty hard to beat.
Well, I did manage to beat Decap Attack when I got the Nintendo Switch version.
Wow, looks like you have gotten me into playing this game.
Yeah, go ahead and give it a try.
I will after we're done with this video.
Number 2.
Oh, I remember that game. My husband used to play this game.
A run-and-gun platformer game that cannot get any better than Vector Man.
As far as I can remember, this game was released in 1995.
This game also had a sequel called Vector Man 2, which was released in 1996.
Too bad this game has been forgotten.
Well, I still remember this game.
You know, there's just one enemy that creeps me out.
What is it, Heatstroke?
A Vector Man enemy that creeps me out looks like this.
Oh, that's a sludge pilot.
To me, he looks like a creature made out of dry poop.
Okay, now that is disgusting.
Well, I'm sorry about that, but he creeps me out, and that's just my opinion.
I understand, but still, that's just disgusting.
I'm very sorry.
Well, anyways, when I played this game, I never made it to the final level of the game until later on.
Well, the difficulty was on Wicked.
Well, if you wanted to win cash prizes from this game, you need to beat the game on the hardest difficulty.
Oh my, too bad I wasn't here for that.
Well, I do think that people enjoy the first Vector Man better than the second one.
Well, that's okay. At least both of them were good games.
Well, before we get to number 1, let's take a quick look at some honorable mentions.
Oh, honorable mentions. What do you have?
I'll show you.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And now it's time for number 1. Number 1. This video game is a sequel, and it's better than the original.
I've heard people say that the sequel is the #1 best Sega Genesis game ever.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
I know about this game.
I used to play this game when I was a little kid.
And how was it?
It was actually difficult for me to reach to the final level of the game.
Well, at least you have learned different techniques.
Yes, I did learn different techniques as I grew old.
One time, Onion Girl was playing this game. She couldn't even beat it.
I guess she knew it was pretty hard.
Not until Cherry Bomb helped her beat the game.
Well, now that I can play Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Nintendo Switch, I can easily get all 7 Chaos Emeralds and turn into Super Sonic.
Oh yeah, I can see why.
Even though that Sonic the Hedgehog is pretty difficult, it's still a fun game to play.
Most of these Sonic the Hedgehog games are pretty good, but not all of them.
You're right, Heatstroke. Most of the game series just have their ups and downs.
I agree on that. Some games are good, some games are not.
Well, we have made it to the end of the video.
Well, it looks like it is time to go.
If you enjoy this video, will you please give it a thumbs up, share this video with your friends, and leave a comment down below.
Don't forget to click the subscribe button and the bell button so that you'll get notified about our future videos.
Remember to follow me on Facebook and on Instagram.
So, Devin, how are you feeling?
I feel hot and sweaty in here.
Well, you know what? I can take you to Hallway D so that you can cool down, and then after you're cooled down, I'll give you a foot massage in the living room.
Thank you, Heatstroke. I can always use a foot massage.
It is my pleasure, Devin.
So before we leave, we want to tell you some rules about Hallway B.
Hallway B is very hot, so wear something comfortable.
If you need to use the bathroom or take a shower, Hallway B is not the best place.
The water in Hallway B is boiling hot.
So if you need to use the bathroom or take a shower, just use the bathroom in the different hallways.
This hallway just feels like an oven, so don't stay in this hallway for too long.
Just follow the rules and you'll be just fine.
But now if you'll excuse us, we need to go to Hallway D so that Devin can cool down. And then after we are cooled down, I'll take Devin to the living room so that I can massage his feet.
But as always, thank you all for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed it. This is Deven Chisum.
And Heatstroke.
Saying peace out and we will see you in the next video. Goodbye everyone.
Goodbye for now.